What's going on, folks? Welcome to the latest edition of the Nintendo Enthusiast Week in Review. I'm Sean Long, I'm your host, I'm an editor over at NintendoEnthusiast.com, and I took last week off to give you guys an award show. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you didn't check it out, I'll put a link over here to it. It was pretty funny, I had fun doing it, so definitely hope you guys check that out. But without any further ado, let's jump into this past week's news. Alright, so the November NPD numbers came in and everyone was kind of looking at Nintendo, both on the 3DS and the Wii U. Of course, the 3DS had Pokemon come out and the Wii U had Smash Brothers come out. Well, let's talk about Smash Brothers first. Smash Brothers sold about 710,000 copies, which is a good number. You know, a lot of people were like, oh, it should have sold 1 million, blah, 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 but I mean, since November 21st to the end of the month, that's pretty good. That's 710,000 units sold. More impressive was the sales of Amiibo, which were also at about 710,000, which is just nuts to me because, I mean, Amiibos are cool, like, I get them for collectible purposes and they work across different games, but 710,000 of these Amiibos were moved in the same time frame. That's a lot to me. We're going to talk a little bit more about Amiibos later in the show. On the 3DS side of things, Pokemon sold 1.5 million copies since November 21st as well. So, you know, that's great too. Nintendo's really rolling in dough right now. 3DS system sales were up 40% over last November. Wii U sales were up 10% over last November, which puts it at about 250,000. So, I mean, all in all things considered, all the competition out there, those are pretty strong numbers for Nintendo. And more importantly, the Amiibo revenue is just killing it. That's just absolutely killing it. Like I said, we're going to talk a little bit more about Amiibos later in the show. All in all, it was a successful November for Nintendo. Hopefully it'll translate into a successful December and the rest of 2015. So there's a big rumor going around that Sony is working with Nintendo to create an animated Mario movie that we'll see a release sometime, maybe in theaters or whatnot. Everyone's just crapping their pants over it, like, Sony and Nintendo working together, Sony's gonna buy Nintendo, no! People, calm down. Once again, there are many divisions to Sony, and the Sony movie department is completely different than the Sony gaming department. Of course Nintendo would want to look to, you know, Sony or another big studio company to make a movie. That's kind of what you do when you make a movie. So don't worry about it. As far as the actual movie itself goes, if it's animated, I could see it being cool. I enjoyed the Super Mario Brothers cartoon show when I was a kid, you know, both the Super Mario Brothers and the Super Mario Brothers 3. I even enjoyed Captain N. If you have a DVD copy of Captain N, why don't you send it to me? DM me. I'll give you my details. But yeah, I think it'd be a cool thing. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you like to see that sort of thing? Are you worried that Kratos and all his friends are going to show up in a Mario movie? I don't know. I just think it's silly that a lot of people overanalyze stuff. But let me know what you would think of the Mario movie if it was an animated film coming to the movie theaters. Yo, dude, I heard Amiibos are sold out. Yo, dude, I heard that they weren't making any more Amiibos. Yo, dude, I heard Amiibos were never coming back. Yo, dude, I heard Amiibos are getting around. Stop it. Just stop it, please, for the love of God. Stop the Amiibo madness. I get it. Amiibos are cool. They're collectible. They work with other games. That's awesome. But people, stop paying these outrageous $25,000 for a freaking Peach with no leg. What is wrong with you? It's never gonna be worth anything. Just stop. And don't worry about Amiibos. Amiibos will come back. Nintendo has stated that yes, there's supply and demand issues. That's cool, man. That's how things work. You think Nintendo's just gonna stop making Martha Amiibos or stop making Villager or Wii Fit Trainer? No, of course not. It's just a production issue. So when production slows, demand goes up. Now granted, Nintendo has not been handling this Amiibo situation well as far as release dates go, because Wave 2 is supposedly out, and I still don't have my Little Mac. What's up with that, Nintendo? Where's my Little Mac? Is he out? Is he not out? Some people have him, some people don't have him. What's the deal? But all in all, everyone just needs to calm down with the Amiibos. Just calm down, deep breath. Amiibos are gonna be fine. They're gonna come back. Stop with the conflicting reports. Everything will be okay. I promise.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is brought to you by PunchOutGaming.com. From retro gaming to modern, PunchOutGaming.com has you covered. Join their Facebook group for the best sales as well. Link in description.
This week's Retro Game of the Week is a game that not enough people give credit to. They give credit to its sequel, but not enough credit to this. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. What is wrong with this game? Why don't people like it, and why don't people talk about it? It looks good. The bosses look good. It has 2-player mode. It's fun. What's the problem? Everyone's, Manhattan Project, man, that's the Turtle game to get. No, it's not. This is the Turtles game to get. If you already have Manhattan Project, get this. If you already have this, get Manhattan Project. It's as simple as that. But people always bash Turtles 2. But look, Turtles 1 sucked. Anyone who says Turtles 1 was a good game is just crazy because the jumping sucked. This is a proper arcade-style Turtles game, which is awesome. The music is great. Everything looks good. Tonight I Died on Turtles 2. People, stop sleeping on this game. It's cheaper than the Manhattan Project, so if you don't have either one of them, get this one first and you'll have fun. I promise you. Please, people, stop. Stop sleeping on this game. Stop sleeping on it. So the latest Media Crate numbers came out and everyone was looking at that to see how Smash Bros. And Wii U would do in Japan. Smash Bros. Sold 225,000 copies in its first week, making it the #1 overall selling game, and the Wii U sold about 25,000 units during that same week. Now a lot of people are saying, oh, 25,000 units, it's not enough, it's too low, blah, blah, blah. But in my opinion and in my studies, I've seen that the Japanese hardware market for consoles, home consoles, is not what it used to be, and it's never going to be what it used to be. So you pretty much want to take what you can get out of the Japanese market as far as hardware sales go. So all in all, I think, you know, combined with the US and Japan, and plus we don't even know what the rest of the world is doing. Look at what France was doing with Bayonetta 2, 60,000 units sold, as Eli talked about in The Pitch, in the latest episode of The Pitch. That's pretty crazy. So it's a really good time for Nintendo, I think, you know, adding in the Amiibo sales and whatnot. That's bringing a lot of revenue in that a lot of other companies don't have the luxury of something like Amiibo bringing in revenue. So good stuff for Nintendo all around, and I think everyone should be pleased and happy. Alright, and that's going to do it for this week's show. As always, be sure to like the video, subscribe to our channel, leave me a comment, tell me how I'm doing, tell me if I suck or whatever, but you'll be a liar. Hit me up on various forms of social media. Check out some of our other videos. Jason just did an Indie Corner gift guide that was really good. I did a Retro Corner gift guide. I did my award show. I'll put links to them somewhere on the screen. So make sure you check out those 3 videos at least, and I'll see you guys next week. Later.